You want some more crazy shit? You want some more?
Please welcome A$AP Rocky.
Make some noise for A$AP Rocky!
Who you are, everybody has struggled.
My crew was named MDB, right? And A$AP. Like, I was in between, like, both crews type shit, right?
Okay. As a child, all you want is Jordans and toys and candy and, you know, and clothes and stuff. And rips in their jeans and not feel gay. Because that's what, you know, society of the urban community tries to portray. That if you
10 years ago, February 26, Ricky was shot.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't like jail. I'm never going to jail again, or whatever the case may be. And she's like, you ain't been in jail. He's like, what?
Despite the fact that this kid is from New York, he doesn't really sound like a New York rapper to me.
I don't care what nobody says. People don't know what New York rap sounds like in 2012. Because it's been so messed up for the past 5 years.
That if you can get certain things like, you know, snug fashion, high-end fashion, other things that's not really in the criteria of the small state of mind of the urban community, you're gay. In fact, my brother has something to do with my success. Even before he died, he had something to do with it, so.
MDB was more like a get money, like Harlem type of crew type shit. A$AP was like more of like get fly, go downtown, get
gay. I used to be homophobic, but as I got older, I realized that wasn't the way to do things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I used to live into a homeless shelter.
It was A$AP Rocky who was talking about you, and he said that when he was in jail, you actually helped him. Yeah. You looked out for him.
You can get with the program or stay in the past and pop bottles and to corny records and...
Those 2-3 years was just crazy, you know, being homeless, you know, so... It was a lot.
We would go down to Soho, or we would go down to like Lower East Side and all that downtown and shit, hang out.
Those fly niggas.
Yeah, type shit, right?
In the jail, I know dude Casanova, he saved me, you know what I'm saying? Showed me the rope.
I don't discriminate against anybody for their sexual preference, for their skin color. That's immature. Prove by telling niggas I've been on the aisle and I was in jail, or that don't mean nothing to me. That's not what it's about. Right. It's about staying out of there.
And that's why when I met them, it was in Harlem. It was a mixture of Bronx and Harlem dudes.
So I got linked up with Rocky and stuff like that.
That's just stupid and wrong. And I'm just trying to set the bar that you can do what the fuck you want to do because the world is yours. It's really good to hear myself on the radio today. You know what I mean? That's shit like that is pretty dope. I don't know any DJ personnel. I don't know no DJs. They play all that A$AP shit off their own free will. I always felt talented. I just didn't. I always wanted that.
When I came in, I'm just like, yo, I know how to take this shit to the next
level.
Because
they needed something different in hip hop. I changed hip hop within a year.
Yeah.
Yo, quick question. How does a 13-year-old kid who once brushed his teeth in a Harlem shelter sink turn into the favorite front row guest at Paris Fashion Week, dodge prison time in Sweden, and still drop bars so sharp they slice the charts? That riddle is beating at the heart of A$AP Rocky's latest news. And by the end of this story, you'll know every twist. Picture this. One night in Stockholm, a sidewalk scuffle spirals so fast that riot vans slam doors, headlines explode, and an American president fires off tweets begging for his release. Jump back even farther, and you'll see a little boy watching yellow crime scene tape blow in the wind outside his building, dreaming of clean sneakers and warm food. Race forward again, and there's the same kid, now grown, smashing Coachella crowds, zipping around in private jets, and kissing a billionaire on red carpets. Today, we're digging into the human earthquake behind the drip, legal messes, heartbreaks, unbeaten records, and the love story that crowned him hip-hop's coolest dad. A$AP Rocky Scandal Update shows the price of fame and the payoff of stubborn vision, and it proves nothing, absolutely nothing, can cage an artist who treats chaos like rocket fuel. We're talking broken homes, million-dollar gambles, and fashion moves that made the industry gasp. We're talking about a man who watched his mentor die too soon, and still found fresh fire to reinvent himself again and again. Ready to see how childhood pain, street smarts, and pure style forge one of rap's most unpredictable legends? Let's dive so deep you'll feel the subway rumble under 125th Street. Rocky's first world was a tiny Harlem apartment where roaches outnumbered toys, and hope was a rumor whispered through thin walls. His dad, a street vendor by day and hustler by night, was hauled off to prison when Rocky was still learning multiplication tables. Money vanished overnight. His mom packed whatever fit into grocery bags, grabbed her kids, and bounced to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, praying for safety. Harrisburg looked calmer, but violence still lurked. Rocky's older brother, his living superhero, the one who taught him to rap over lunch table beats, was shot dead on the street. The murder snapped something inside the family. They fled back to Harlem, only to land in a shelter where chip paint flaked onto bunk beds. Rocky lay awake listening to grown men snore and swore he'd escape. No silver spoon. just plastic forks and determination. Every corner of Harlem became a classroom. Crack vials crunched under sneakers like gravel. Dealers flaunted jeweled watches, while teachers draft-saved lesson plans on ancient computers. At 16, Rocky carried a gun for protection and blasted at a bully who kept pressing him. The cops boxed him into the back of a cruiser and dropped him into Rikers Island for 2 weeks. Those 14 days felt like 14 years. Metal doors, sour air, and echoing screams. When he stepped outside again, he exhaled cold January mist and whispered, "Never again." He vowed to trade bullets for bars. Fate walked in wearing a gold grill and a Yankees cap. Steven ASAP Yams Rodriguez caught Rocky freestyling at a Harlem gathering in 2006. Yams was a mixtape junkie with encyclopedic rap memory, a talent scout's eye, and a dream bigger than Manhattan real estate prices. He heard Rocky's voice, a syrup-slow growl dipped in Houston reverb but stamped with uptown swag, and said, "We can change the game." They birthed the ASAP mob, an army of rappers, stylists, and creatives preaching one gospel: always strive and prosper. Yams drilled Rocky on rhyme pockets, sample digging, and runway flair. He told him to treat outfits like armor and sound like a spaceship crash landing on 125th. In summer 2011, the internet felt a tremor. Rocky uploaded Peso and Purple Swag to Tumblr and YouTube. No label, no radio push. The clips looked like grainy VHS fever dreams, grill spikes, purple smoke, Harlem kids rocking southern flows. Blogs erupted, labels chased. Yams laughed at $50,000 offers. RCA wired $3 million for a rookie with 0 mixtapes. The streets called it crazy. Rocky called it Tuesday. Suddenly, magazine covers wanted his cheekbones. Fashion houses slid DMs, and fans screamed his name like he'd been famous forever. Live, love, that dollar EP dropped that autumn. A psychedelic roller coaster built on chopped and screw bass and runway flexes. Old school purists moaned that he didn't sound New York. But Rocky didn't want dusty subway nostalgia. He wanted a future neon lit and borderless. Festival invites rained down. South by, Coachella, Roskilde. Rocky dashed through airports, stuffing carry-ons with Ralph Simons and Rick Owens. He motioned with crowds in Tokyo, toasted champagne in Berlin, and still found time to FaceTime his mother from hotel balconies. But success carries shadows like skyscrapers. Space Ghost Perp, Florida producer and early collaborator, alleged a mob bit his sound and jumped him outside a club. Twitter wars flared, fists flew, lawsuits filed, but Rocky kept his focus on stages. He shot the Goldie video in Paris, draped in white fur, flexing grills on the Seine. The budget screamed Big Boss. The world listened. Then the ground cracked. January 18th, 2015. Yams died at 26 from an accidental drug overdose. Rocky found the body, his mentor frozen in a Brooklyn bedroom. Tears hit hardwood floors as paramedics pronounced time. Rocky's voice broke at the funeral, but he held the mic steady and thanked Yams for building a door when none existed. Grief became gasoline. Rocky funneled Hurt into At Long Last ASAP, produced by Danger Mouse, washing jazz, psychedelia, and trap in one long acid trip. Critics called it fearless. Rocky called it therapy. Yet the mob's glue thinned. Members drifted. Tension rose. Lawsuits sprouted like weeds. 2 years later came Testing, an album sounding like metal crashing into dreams. Rocky sampled car wrecks, Moby, and found footage screams. Some fans loved the risk. Others begged for the old Harlem haze. But Rocky kept steering toward the weird because comfortable art, he argued, was dead art. He also stepped deeper into fashion. Gucci invited him to model. Dior let him style campaigns. And young Harlem kids now copied his silk scarves the way earlier generations copied leather bombers. He launched AWG, a collective/brand/mystery club selling streetwear stitched with private jokes and social commentary. If you know, you know. Summer 2019 turned the saga upside down. Stockholm, Sweden. Rocky's crew was shadowed by 2 men shouting slurs and filming. Tension snapped. Rocky tossed one man onto the pavement. Camera phones captured the clash. Swedish police swooped and locked him in Kronoberg remand prison. No special treatment. Steel bunk, plastic fork, single hour outside. ASAP Rocky scandal update dominated every feed. Rihanna tweeted support. Kim Kardashian called Jared Kushner. Donald Trump publicly demanded Sweden give ASAP his freedom. Swedish officials shrugged. After weeks, Rocky faced trial, expressed regret, flew home on probation, and paid damages. Tour dates were canceled, endorsement deals paused, but a legend of Harlem Kid beat Swedish system stuck like spray paint. Love rewrote the script next. Rumors of Rocky and Rihanna drifted for years. In late 2020, paparazzi snapped them bundled in quilted coats, sharing a Harlem winter walk. By 2022, Rihanna's baby bump glowed across Vogue covers, and Rocky stood proud beside her. Their son, RZA, arrived to global squeals. A second child followed like an encore. Dad duty didn't dull Rocky's shine. It sharpened it. He swapped bleach-splattered jeans for tailored suiting, but still rocked gold teeth during pediatric visits. Late nights once spent club hopping now revolved around midnight diaper changes and studio sessions layered with baby giggles. Trouble, however, circles like a hawk. November 2023, LAPD charged Rocky with assault for an alleged 2021 Hollywood shooting of former ASAP Mob member A$AP Rocky. Courtrooms opened again, cameras flashed, and bloggers recycled old mugshots. For 15 months, Rocky zipped lips and poured energy into Don't Be Dumb, a secretive album rumored to blend punk drums with dream pop choruses. Fans combed Reddit for leaks. Spotify playlists filled with guesses. February 2025, the jury returned. Not guilty. Rocky exhaled, grinned, hugged lawyers, and shot a text Rihanna. Home tonight. ASAP Rocky's latest news flipped from gloom to fireworks. Social media exploded. Memes crowned him Teflon Rakim. Some fans screamed justice. Others claimed celebrity privilege. Fashion circles double-booked him. Street kids debated whether Rocky should reunite the mob or let it rest. Comment threads buzzed. Did legal drama actually boost his brand? Does constant chaos fuel creativity? Drop your thoughts below. Should artists live safe or chase the edge? Journalists raced to unpack the international side of his Swedish saga, citing it in college law courses on race, diplomacy, and pop culture leverage. Google Trends showed spikes for Swedish prison food each time ASAP Rocky's scandal update resurfaced. Community leaders in Harlem use his journey to inspire young rappers. If Rocky can leap from shelter mats to Paris runways, you can finish homework and craft greatness. Does his story push you to dream bigger or just prove the game is rigged? Let's hear it in the comments. Now for reactions from a rap world. Tyler, the creator, tweeted a string of emojis. Rocket, baby, flame, celebrating Rocky's verdict. Playboy Cardi posted Big Bro free, then deleted it minutes later because mystery sells. Drake liked an AWG post, a silent nod to respect. Meanwhile, old heads in barbershops finally admitted Rocky crushed the East Coast sound debate. New York rap no longer had to sound like 90s boom bap. Atlanta producers thanked him for opening doors. London grime artists recounted sleeping on Rocky's sofa during early studio trips. Global echoes proved influence. Fans also rewound forgotten chapters. They restreamed Peso, shot TikToks rocking sideways braids, and stitched split-screen tributes comparing Rocky's 2011 swag to his 2025 dad fits. Spotify reported a 16% spike in Rocky's catalog. Fashion resale sites saw AWG truckers triple in price. Clearly, controversy can sell vinyl and hats in equal measure. Time to spill some hidden gems. Most people don't know Rocky discovered British street singer Joe Fox at 3 a.m., wandering Soho, busking Beatles covers for cash. Rocky dragged him to the studio and cut 5 tracks, including the haunting Fine Wine. Another secret, the leopard print bomber Rocky wore at Fashion Week stitched panels from old church pew cushions he used to nap on as a kid. He auctioned it for prison reform charity, funding legal aid for low-income teens. AWG's quarterly zines hide burner phone numbers. Dialing One last year played a voicemail of Rocky's 2-year-old laughing over a lo-fi beat. Did you try it? What message did you hear? Spill below. On the set of the L$D video, Rocky forced a tattoo shop to open at sunrise so he could ink a cross for yams over his heart before cameras rolled. He later admitted each time the cross flames red in harsh light. He feels yams nodding approval. Another nugget. Rocky once convinced Prada to cast actual Rikers alumni in a campaign about rebirth, paying them runway rates. That move flipped brand marketing and gave ex-inmates global exposure. Do fashion houses owe more social impact like that? Drop your hot take. Even bigger scoop. Don't Be Dumb reportedly samples toys from Rocky's toddler's nursery, letting rattles and squeak horns echo under 808s. Studio insiders say one track uses lullabies mashed with punk guitar. Will radio embrace that or run? Vote now. Does risk rule or ruin? Outside music, Rocky's influence leaks everywhere. Drake's 2022 tour visuals reference Rocky's early fisheye lens shots. Tyler credits Rocky for ditching Saga skate gear for runway pastels. Skepta slept on Rocky's couch while cutting Praise the Lord, bridging UK grime with US trap forever. Rihanna's Savage X Fenty show used Rocky's AWG crew for backstage styling, merging brands like superhero team-ups. Even Billie Eilish noted Rocky's testing era when designing her genre-blurred stage production. Influence? Heavy. Let's zoom out. ASAP Rocky's latest news is more than tabloid drama. It's a blueprint for turning pain into art. From shelter floors to stadium lights, from Swedish handcuffs to Met Gala spotlights, Rocky bent every bad card into gold foil. Streaming data proves it. Each legal curveball spikes as play counts. Fashion projections show AWG had sales surge after every court appearance. Baby photos break more hearts than breakup songs. Chaos seems to orbit him, yet he rides like a skateboard. So here's the question. Does a storm chase Rocky, or does Rocky attract lightning by daring to fly kites during thunderstorms? Tell me below. Maybe the secret is honesty. Rocky never ducks his past. He raps about prison meals, flashes old mugshots in tour visuals, and jokes about diaper duty on late-night TV. Kids in Harlem shelters today pin posters of him next to sports heroes. Teachers quote his lyrics during creative writing prompts. Prison reform advocates use the Stockholm story to demand humane treatment for detained artists abroad. When fans argue Rocky doesn't drop albums fast enough, he claps back. Quality over quantity, patience over panic. Should listeners accept the wait, or does genius owe speed? Your call. Let's debate. Now for some wild, lesser-known details. Rocky Ghost designed a sneaker for Adidas under a fake alias just to test whether style sells without celebrity shine. It sold out in 6 minutes after fans guessed the silhouette looked very Rocky. He also owns a rare copy of a Swedish legal handbook ink signed by the judge who sentenced him. They parted on friendly terms. That handbook sits next to his Grammy on a glass shelf. On long flights, he studies prison reform cases, marking pages with highlighter hearts. He tells friends, "I'm not woke, I'm awake." Is that the same thing? Spark a thread. Back to music. Early leaks suggest Don't Be Dumb features a secret track dedicated to yams, where Rocky spits his entire verse in reverse, then flips it forward in the last chorus. Another rumor says Rihanna whispers her children's names over the outro. Conspiracy fans stitch slow clips try and confirm. Are Easter eggs fun or frustrating? Let me know. One more gem. While prepping his 2024 whiskey brand Mercer Plus prints, Rocky insisted barrels age in warehouse corners blasted with sub-bass speakers, claiming the vibrations mellow the spirit. Scientists shrugged. Bar sold out anyway. Tastes smooth, they say. Fun marketing or real science? You decide. And did you catch that Rocky bankrolled a Harlem community garden on the patch where his brother was killed? Tomatoes, collards, and toddlers now roam where sirens once wailed. He hosts yearly block parties there, handing out free sneakers and school supplies. He invites local cops to eat grilled corn so kids see conversation, not confrontation. Could small acts like that shift neighborhoods? Comment your thoughts. So what's next? ASAP Rocky scandal update is quiet for once. Case closed, verdict clean, family safe. That leaves a runway clear for music drops, AWG capsule launches, and maybe wedding bells. Industry insiders bet Don't Be Dumb will dominate summer playlists. Designers whisper about a Rocky-helmed high-end line mixing Harlem street signs with Italian silk. Tech giants court him for metaverse concerts. All eyes are on one man who built an empire from chaos, grief, and fearless style. Time to wrap. And yes, I see the clock. If Rocky's ride lit even a spark of motivation, smash that like button so we keep this vibe alive. Tap subscribe, because next week we're unpacking Don't Be Dumb track leaks, decoding AWG's new drop, and ranking the wildest Swedish jail memes. Drop a comment. Which hit harder, the $3 million deal off 2 songs, or the Stockholm cell that nearly erased it? And tell me, should Rocky rush albums or keep crafting slow masterpieces? Your voice drives the next deep dive. Stay legendary, stay loud, and remember, ASAP stands for always strive and prosper, and that rule just might rewrite your story too.